give everyone just a update regarding my YouTube channel and the direction it's headed in, as well as touch on a few requests that were given. A couple of times in the past I've been offered YouTube partnership, but I haven't been able to apply my entire channel because I have some copyrighted music in my videos. A lot of it's Putumayo, but I think there's probably about 6 or 7 videos that have copyright music, and I know that if I was going to be partner, I would have to re-upload those videos. And I've been thinking heavily about it, and recently Natural85, who's I love her channel, I love all things Natural85, she was in the same predicament, and I think like almost all of her videos had copyrighted music. And she said she'd been debating it, and then she just took the plunge and did it, and that kind of just gave me the final push I needed to go ahead and take down my videos that have the copyrighted material and re-upload them. I'm a little concerned because I think I have 1 or 2 videos where I lost the original content, so I have to figure out what I'm going to do in regards to that. But it's life. I'm not too sure about all things YouTube partnership. I was reading it and I liked the part where it said like YouTube kind of protects its own, and so I kind of like that I would be able to like have more control over my content. So that's going to be coming up. I just wanted to warn you guys if you're like, why did she take that video down? But because I also like having my creativity, like I have the video I did with me and my sister. I did this New York video of her trip here, and I love that video. So I actually am thinking of starting another channel, and that's where I'll just do whatever I want and use whatever music I want, and I don't care. I've been contemplating doing that, and I think I may go ahead because there's just some fun type of things I want to do, and I don't want to be limited by my music choice. But I also want this channel to grow and to be protected. So we'll see. Another thing for people who are new subscribers, because I've had some new ones lately, welcome. I'm glad you're here. I love your guys' feedback. My channel is some of everything. It's just kind of like my life, you know. I'm sure a lot of you probably have found my channel through the natural hair videos that I do, but then if you poke around, you'll see that I do videos where I'm cooking, or videos where I'm talking about important topics like bullying or suicide prevention or sexual abuse and assault. I do videos on some of everything, and that's just because that's the type of person I am. So those are things you have to look forward to. Videos on natural hair, videos on important topics, and coming up, I guess, videos on style, because you guys seem to think that I have some style. I don't know about that. And just videos of my kind of life and people I encounter and engage with. There's some interviews coming up. I'm excited about that. So be on the lookout for that, and keep sending in your suggestions. Also, to those who have sent me personal messages of questions or just sharing their stories, I may not have responded to you yet, but I am slowly working my way through it because I want to respond to all of you. I'm so grateful, and I feel honored that you feel free to share your stories with me, so I definitely want to take the time and respond to each one of you. It's slow in coming, but I will get there. So throw in a little bit of fun. Some of your suggestions were things like, hey, do you have book recommendations or music recommendations or things like that? Yes. So I grabbed 4 books, two that I'm currently reading, one that I just finished, and another that I'm going to start soon, so you could kind of get a taste of my reading style. But as time progresses, I will do more and more like book recommendations or books that I'm just reading. There's a difference between the two. So one of the books that I am currently reading, it's called this, and that's The Sanity We Are Born With, A Buddhist Approach to Psychology. I can't pronounce the author's name. Chogam Trungpa? I don't know, I'm butchering it and I'm sorry. I read another book of his and then I decided to just start reading all of his books. This one I love because I like reading things about Buddhism. I also love sociology and psychology, and I enjoy his writing style. And he speaks a lot about meditation and things like that. So this book is great. I mean, as you can see, I'm one of those who highlights dog ears, underlining her books, so you could definitely tell I'm enjoying it. I don't know if you could see all that, but there's lots of underlining and squiggling. I'm also a little OCD with how I underline in my book. A squiggle is different than an underline, which is different than a side, like horizontal line versus a vertical line. It's like I have a key to it all, so I know what it means. Another book that I am currently reading, it's called The Unseen Hand, An Introduction to the Conspiratorial View of History by Ralph Epperson. I enjoy this book. It's not for everyone. It's interesting. I mean, some of the things I agree with, some I don't. He also writes with a Christian slant, so it's not coming from a neutral point of view, but even still, there's a lot to be gained from it. I also recently finished a fiction book. I love fiction as well as nonfiction and poetry. I love all kinds of books. This is a fiction book I just finished. It's called Room, and it's by this lady named Emma Donoghue. Oh my goodness. I was not expecting this book to be as good as it was. Go buy this book. I was shocked. Now, so, okay, on one hand, I had been reading a lot of sort of like heavy material books and like heavy subject matter books, and I was like, oh my god, okay, I just need a fiction book now. Like, my brain is on overload from the spiritual and religious books I'm reading to the political books, and I just need something light and easy. I'm just gonna grab a fiction book. So I had read the like intro of the book and it seemed really interesting, and I also judge a book by its cover, and it works for me. So, and I don't know, it was just intriguing to me. And while it was good, though, it ended up being heavy subject matter too. But still, I was like, oh, okay, guess I don't know. I kind of like fiction books that deal with like kidnapping. I don't know why. I'm just weird like that. I don't know. Anyways, I would recommend this book. Okay, last book. My guilty pleasure. It's not even guilty pleasure. I love Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss is the reason that I know how to read. His younger, like, beginner book series were geared towards teaching kids how to read. And so he was also one of those authors where the images matched up to the words. And, you know, I'm not even going to get into the psychology of his illustrations and the words and stuff. Dr. Seuss is amazing. He's a genius. I wish he were my friend. I mean, I was telling someone, if he were still alive and he had a Twitter account, I feel like he would be the most followed person on Twitter because he would have the best Twitter account. But recently, I bought this. I don't know if you can see it. It is called Green Eggs and Ham Cookbook. Recipes inspired by Dr. Seuss. Holy sweet, I don't even know. I saw this, and so, okay, what did they do? all the different food items mentioned in Dr. Seuss books, they took them and they made real recipes out of them, and fairly healthy versions at that. So like green eggs and ham, they made that via like covering the yolk with avocado and covering the ham. I believe like they made this glaze and then they cover it with cilantro. I mean, everything is in there. Slop with a cherry on top, flapjack, flappers, flapjacks, moose juice and goose juice, silly Sammy slick sodas, pink ink drink. Oh my god. I'm so happy with this. And on a different note, someone asked me about my musical taste. Listen, I'm one of those people where I feel like if I put my iPod on shuffle and at a party, I might lose some friends. My musical taste is very eclectic as well. And I know everyone says that. Like you ask them, hey, what do you listen to? And the people are like, oh, I listen to everything except for country. Yeah, I'm that girl who also listens to country. I'm that girl whose favorite genre of music is country. Yeah. And I'm okay with that. But I love everything else too. I mean, yeah, I couldn't put my iPod on shuffle because I have no clue what would pop up. I'm not going to play the music because, you know, copyright and all. But I'm going to hit shuffle and I'm just going to, like, name off the first 5 people that come up just so you could see. So, shuffle. Alright, so Sarah McLachlan came up. There's some Pink. Yeah, okay. And there's Tom Waits. Oh, I love Tom Waits. Is Putumayo, and it's their Turkish Groove blend. Sade, Amy Mann, Panic at the Disco, Amos Lee. I know I've given more than 5, but as you can see, it's such a variety of people. So my musical taste is just as random as my, like, clothing style, which is just as, like, random and eclectic as the type of books that I like. I'm that girl. Yup. I guess welcome to my world.